Hi everyone, this is Key. In this video, I want to share with you the 5 crucial forces of becoming a listing agent. Becoming a listing agent is not something that is given to you. It is something you develop. It's something you work on. It is actually something you work on all the time. It is not something you arrive at and you're done. It is something it's like a muscle. If you don't work out that muscle, it's very hard to develop the skills of whatever you're trying to achieve. So therefore, there are 5 areas, 5 crucial forces that you have to control in order for you to consistently list homes. Now, some people ask, what does it mean to be a consistent listing agent? Now, most agents who are consistent, they do a minimum of 12 to 15 listings a year. That doesn't mean they only do 12 to 15 deals a year. See, by doing 10 to 12 listings a year, you'll do about 20 to 25 sales or closings, or you can call them sides, you can call them transactions, whatever you want to call them. But I want to make sure you understand that these 5 forces, that if you layered them and worked with them properly, your chances of becoming a listing agent increase. And then I want to share with you how the boot camp that I've developed has helped agents get to that place. What is in the boot camp that gets you there? So first of all, my name is Key. I'm a mindset trainer. I'm a prospecting coach. I'm not a speaker. I don't do these to be somebody who talks to you and motivates you about real estate. Although that does happen, but that's not who I am. I'm very practical. I take problems, divide them into their components, and design checklists and systems that are consistent, that agents who use are consistently making money. By the way, there is a system to becoming a listing agent. Some people think it's a feeling. Yes, you want to be a listing agent, but it's not just a feeling. It is a system. It's a mechanism. It is something you design that you trust on a daily basis that will get you there. And if you can hear the word systems and checklist a lot, it's because my background is mathematics. So I deconstruct problems to create algorithms, which is what a checklist is, by the way. An algorithm is simply a checklist, a series of things you do to get to the result you want. And there is a way for you to do that in real estate. Let me give you some ideas. Let me share with you some insights. And then let me share with you why I love the bootcamp and why I designed it. So first of all, the only URL you will need is this one. It is a short link, bit.ly /AWJM22, all lowercase. If you go to that URL, you will find additional videos, you will find the registration form, you'll find the PDF that you can download to learn about the program. So just write that URL down, because that's where you'll find everything. In fact, some of you who are watching this video probably found it at that URL. And I also give you the dates, the times, the topics, the requirements, and how this program is kind of different than other programs that are offered out there. You will see in a second how it works. So here's the problem, if you want to call it that. 80% of all transactions and 80% of all listings are done by no more than 20% of agents. You've heard of that principle. Why is that? What do the 20% know and do, especially do, that the 80 other percent don't know or don't do? So that's step one. The second question I ask is, why is it that some agents from the get-go choose to become listing agents and they go for it, and the rest, a lot of them, think that they are coming to do servicing of the industry, working with buyers, showing homes, driving people around, talking about homes, talking about architectures and walls and paint and staging, A lot of agents think by watching shows on television that this is an industry of showing. You come in and you show homes and you get paid for doing that. It is not. So if somebody told you that's what the business is, it isn't. By the way, don't get me wrong. You will have to do that as part of becoming a good real estate agent. Great real estate agents are amazing at showing homes. But they know that's not the reason they get paid. They don't get paid to show homes. They get paid to put deals together. Now you're asking yourself, okay, well, I'll show homes. I'm going to be nice about it and people will give me deals. Wait a second. Who are you representing? Because if you're representing the buyers may want to see more and more properties, and some of them change their mind. If you have a contract, a listing agreement with the seller, you're now in control, because then you have a gig. You have something that buyers will come to and make offers on or negotiate with you. So the showing part is very important, but you don't get you don't get paid for the showing. You get paid for the negotiation. You get paid for getting the listing. And that's the part a lot of agents, when they go to school and get their real estate license, are never told. They're never told that that's your job. They look at television, and television makes it very glamorous. There's always a nice camera and lighting, especially HGTV. I mean, everything looks fabulous. The people know everything they're talking about. And no one tells you, wait a second, time out. Before you can even go to that place, you got to have a listing agreement to represent that seller. And that is prospecting. So I personally believe that all full-time real estate agents, if you're going to be a full-time real estate agent, you are capable of earning a bronze award. That doesn't mean you want it, but you're capable of it. What does that mean? That means 25 transactions a year, and definitely much, much more than 100,000. You are capable of that and having a great life doing it. But you can't do it simply representing buyers. You have to balance it just right with sellers, which are called listings. Now, when you're new to real estate, you want to get to about a quarter of your transaction being listings. After the second or third year, you want to move up and get close to 50%. The moment you get to 50% to 60% of your deals being listings, you're done. You're good. Now you have built your name. You now have name recognition in your town. People will start sending you listings because you've proven that you can take listings and sell them. So there's a lot of benefit from getting listings. Whereas with buyers, you don't get the same benefits. You are still a secret agent. No one knows what you're doing. Whereas a sign in the yard tells everyone in the neighborhood you are the one who brought that listing to market. Now, I believe the major obstacles for agents to not getting the listings they deserve is their mindset is a bit unsteady. They don't have a good plan, and even if they have one, they don't follow it. They lack self-discipline, which is crucial to this business. And they don't have checklists and systems that they trust and work on. They don't wake up in the morning with the clarity of a business. We call that your playbook. They don't show up to the game with a playbook that is very clear. This is what I'm going to do next. This is what I'm going to do next. This is what I'm going to do next. They don't have that. So every day they kind of make stuff up. They reinvent the day as the day goes. So structure and accountability are actually the best ingredient in your career. In fact, I want to show you a book. Whether you take the boot camp or not, that is up to you, really. But I really want you, regardless of where you are in your career, to consider this book by Brian Tracy, The Power of Self-Discipline, No Excuses. And really, the message of this book is, when you're an entrepreneur and you're working for yourself, you don't push yourself as much. If you had an employee who you paid, you will have a tendency to push your employees because you're paying them and have more demands on them than you will have on yourself, even though you're the one who has to have the highest demand on yourself. That self-discipline is really what is lacking in our industry. Again, this is why 20% do 80%. A lot of people go, what do they know? Is that the right question? I think the right question is, what do they do? What do they do consistently? See, this business is about activity. Those who are consistent with their activities tend to do better. So keep that in mind. Now, whether you call it fishing, whether you call it hunting, I call it prospecting, it's the art. It's the business of asking for business. How are you asking for business? You are in the business of asking for business. You're in the business of finding buyers and sellers and asking them, are they ready to list with you? Are they ready to buy with you? That is your job. Your job is not to wait for them to come to you. And that's the mindset of a lot of agents. Those who wait for business to come to them tend to struggle the most. Learn to catch the lead, not just to service the lead. You can be a great servicer. You could be a great agent who loves to help people. And a lot of you do. You want to help people with their real estate needs. But until you have a client, you have no one to help. So not only do you have to go catching the lead, you have now to service the lead. And that's the most difficult part of real estate. So think of it this way. If we were on the shore of the ocean, so there are boats and we're at the shore, only 20% get on the boat and go fishing in the ocean to catch the fish. Most of them, the other 80%, are waiting on the shore, waiting for somebody to give them some fish to clean and, get some business out of it. That's the mindset. Being a prospector versus being an order taker. And by the way, it is a choice. And not only that, I'll go even further than that. It is a skill. Learning to fish, which is learning to ask for business, is a skill. You develop it. And I developed this boot camp to show you what the skills are. How do you hook the right fish? What is it that you say? How do you present yourself? How do you talk to people in a non-salesy way and they pick you to list their home? Or they pick you to work with you on their representing them to buy? That's a skill, but you have to choose it. You have to be the one saying, all right, I got to step up. I gotta go fishing. I cannot just sit on the shore waiting for business to happen. I got to go out there. There are 5 areas, 5 crucial forces that you have to balance just right if you want to have the skill of a prospector. What are they? Well, the first one is your mindset, your entrepreneurial attitude, and your planning. See, when you're an entrepreneur, no one gives you anything. You go get it. You're a business. You're the boss and you're the employee and you're the janitor and you're the accountant and you're everything else. That's what it means to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who creates a destiny for herself or for himself. It's not somebody who waits for somebody to tell them what to do next. You do what you need to do because you know what you need to do, and you have to have that entrepreneurial mindset. That means at the end of the week, there isn't a paycheck. If you don't close a deal, there is no money at the end of the week. If you don't get 2 deals a month, the bank will be empty. That mindset, not everybody develops it. Everybody wants security. Now, if you want security, you want a job. If you want unlimited income where you control how much money you make, you want to be an entrepreneur, and that means your mindset has to be just right. So that's the first area, because if you have that mindset, you can do some planning. You could do some good work with that thinking. The second area is the consistency of prospecting. When I say consistency, meaning we got to go fishing. We go fishing on Saturday. Maybe we take Sunday off, and then we go fishing on Monday, and then on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, then on Friday, and then on Saturday, and then we rest on Sunday. We go fishing daily, not when we feel like it, not when we look and see, we're running out of fish. No, we go fishing all the time. We ask for business all the time. We always have activities for prospecting on a daily basis. By the way, I'll give you a number. Write it down. Please remember it. If you're not prospecting 2 hours a day, a minimum of 5 days a week, you will not have enough opportunities created for you to get the income you want. And I have an idea of what you want. I think I do. Most of you want to earn definitely more than 100,000. Why would you do real estate if you're not going to go for that? And some of you want to go for $200,000-$300,000. Some of you go for, I know people who go for 500,000. I have a lady I'm coaching, and she said, I did very well last year, 200. It's not enough for me. I want to go for 300. I said, tell me why. And she started telling me her dreams about these things she wants to do with her family, these things she wants to do with her kids. She's trying to put together a support group for people who have challenges in a particular field that she's interested in. And she said, I got to earn 300,000 to get there. And I said, well, is it doable? And she goes, well, the plan is there. I just need to implement the plan. So and you know what we talked about right after that? Prospecting. How are we going to get the clients who are going to trust you with their real estate needs? We call that prospecting. So that's the consistency of prospecting. The third area that you have to master is your control of your presentation. You don't want to be able to get clients show up at their home at a listing presentation and blow it. You want to be able to know what to say. You want to be able to know how to listen to them, but also how to interrupt and speak at the same time. You don't want it to be a one-way conversation, but you don't want to rush them in that conversation. There's a skill of engagement that you have to develop at the listing presentation, because you may think that they're listening to your words. They are not. They're listening to your attitude, to your confidence, to your delivery. They want to know, are we putting our home in the hands of the right person? Don't kid yourself. This is a business of confidence. This is a business where your clients may ask you questions that are mechanical. They may ask you questions that are technical, but they're not interested in those answers. They're interested in knowing that you got it. They want to know that you know how to list a home and get them a qualified buyer. That's what a listing presentation is. It's not the CMA, and although we have to have a CMA, it's not the market report, although we have to have a market report. It's not the marketing, although we have to have the marketing. It's how you deliver those ideas. And guess what? It's a skill. You have to develop it. The fourth area of mastery, the crucial force of your business, is time blocking. How you manage your daily habit and your time blocking. If you look carefully, if you study yourself and you were honest with yourself and kept a journal of the things you focus on, you will see that a lot of your time is taken away by distractions. You are not self-disciplined enough with your time. Now remember, time is not elastic. You cannot stretch time or condense time. Time just flows, with or without you. It doesn't care about you or me. It just keeps flowing. Our job is to respect that time and time block it, meaning I'm going to do 30 minutes of follow-up calls. And during those 30 minutes, shut down the world. The world has to be shut down because I got to do my 30 minutes of follow-up. I got to do my 30 minutes of new leads management. These are people who registered in my website. I have to stay on top of them. I have to have my CRM. I have to have my script. I need to know what to say. I need to be in control of myself. I need to have a smile on my face because they're going to be interacting with me. Time blocking is not time management. If you ever take one of my classes on time blocking, you will realize that time is never managed. Time is sliced, and it's almost like those blocks that you move around. And if you start interacting with your time that way, you will be more efficient. I'll give you a hint. You do not have to time block the whole day. You just need to time block strategically and courageously about 4 to 5 hours a day. That's it. The rest should be free flowing. So do not think that now you have to put shackles on yourself and time block everything. No, that's not how it works. And the fifth area is your mental toughness. This one is hard. The ability to hear no and not fall apart. The ability to actually go through the no's to find the yeses. The ability to go fishing and casting into the ocean and catching nothing, reeling back and casting again, reeling back and casting again. That mentality of not quitting, of going through the no's all the time, only a small number of agents develop it. And guess what? They think some people are born with it or not. It's not. It's a skill. It is something you learn how to do. It is something that you learn by doing it. You don't learn it by knowing it. You could read books about rejection, about mental toughness, about stamina. You could read all kinds of books. You will never develop it until you do it. You have to go to the valley of no, 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 no. Oh, yes. No, 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 no. Oh, there's a maybe. No, 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 no. Oh, there's another maybe. No, no, no. And if you do that enough, you will realize all you need is 20 sellers a year to give you a yes to make more money than you've ever had. But a lot of you get wrapped up into the no, and the no hurts for some reason. It emotionally hurts you to hear no. When somebody says, oh, we're not interested, you fall apart. I mean, not all of you. Some of you are like, I learned this key. I got to keep going. They said, no, I got it. I say to them, maybe next time I'll reach out to you. Maybe we'll talk again. And I keep going. I got to just keep going because I cannot wallow in that no. These 5 areas, these crucial forces of your business, are 5 areas that only a few agents ever develop. Do you see why only a few agents become listing agents? You have to kind of make all of these 5 things balance just right for things to happen. Is it doable? Absolutely. Even if you're a new agent, it is very doable. But you gotta stay consistent. Do you see why I created a boot camp? A boot camp keeps you in the pressure cooker for 3 months minimum. And in that 3 months, you're pushing yourself to master these 5 areas without even realizing it. We have to stop thinking that some agents are naturally born to be realtors and others are not. It's an area of skill. Everything's a skill. Everything is something you learn. The boot camp was designed as a skills boot camp. Anybody who really wants to can become a Marine. Really. You just got to take the boot camp that they offer, and you can actually pass it. You just got to develop the mental toughness to do the work they ask of you. So can you become a Marine? Sure. Are you going to go through the valley of the pain to get there? Some do, some don't. I'm not saying you should, but I'm just telling you, if you truly want to excel at real estate, you need to start thinking of it as an area of skill, not luck. This is not Las Vegas. This is learning how to ask for business consistently. And the agents and brokers who are going to be in my boot camp, this is why the boot camp is 3 months. It's to put you in those conditions where you learn to ask for business consistently, where you have scripts that you practice, where you start doing videos of yourself to see yourself practicing your script, because you're developing new business habits. When you walked into the real estate business, you came in with some knowledge, right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You have some knowledge in marketing and you have some knowledge of running your system and business. But I can tell you this, very few people come in knowing exactly what to say in the circumstances when you're dealing with clients. And it's a skill you develop. It takes a while to develop it. So don't think that the first time you go door knocking or making phone calls and you fail, something is wrong. No, you're now developing the new habits of canvassing, of asking for business, and you are forging it. It takes a while to get there. It's like a muscle. Again, think of it. If you want to be a runner, if you're going to run a marathon, you don't decide to run a marathon and tomorrow run it. You could hurt yourself. You have to create a regimen where you learn how to start running longer and longer distances, managing your breathing, managing your caloric intake, making sure that you stay healthy so you can actually run a marathon. So all of these things, they start with a decision, but they require repetition, repetition, repetition. The magic of a long-term success in real estate starts with this. Keep this in mind. You will know that you have arrived when you commit each year to do a minimum of 10 listings a year from homeowners you don't know. So each one of you listening to me right now, when you commit today that in 2022, you will do a minimum of 10 listings with people you don't know, not the people you know. Let's say you have a sister, a neighbor, and a cousin, and they all give you 3 listings. All give you 1 listing, right? You got already 3. How many more do you need to get to your 10? Well, you need 10 because you already know these people. See, what makes a real estate career the beginning of something where you feel like you're in control, like you're really arriving at your destiny, is the ability to get 10 listings a year consistently from people you don't know by being a prospector. When you get there, oh man, it is so awesome because now you're free. You now know how to fish. You now know not only how to fish, you know how to catch. You know how to catch and service. You've mastered the 5 areas. So your minimum is 10 listings. Here's what's interesting. If you commit to getting 10 listings a year from people you don't know, you will close 15 to 20 deals easily because listings create their own conversations. Buyers start coming to you. You'll get people asking you, hey, can you tell me more about that listing? Neighbors are watching you working those listings. Some magic happens. It is your job to prospect regularly and deliberately in order to uncover the 10 homeowners in your town or in your area who are going to list with you. Are they going to give it to you? Can you sit in your home and wait for people to give you 10 listings from people you don't know? Not going to happen. You have to be a prospector. You have to master the phone. You have to master face-to-face. You have to master events. You see why real estate is not for everyone? People ask me, should everybody do real estate? I'm like, no. Actually, I'm going to show you some statistics in a minute. You realize we don't need more agents. We actually need good agents, but we don't need more. So let's look at that. Did you know that when you develop good business habit, you make time your ally? You make time an asset. You don't waste it. When you develop bad habits, guess what? Time becomes your enemy. In fact, when you have good habits, you are creating the opportunities for yourself to become very valuable to other people. When you develop bad habits, the instinct is to develop excuses. Have you met those people who always have excuses for why things don't work out for them, why life is so hard for them? They always have an excuse. And some of them, I'm not saying they're not valid, but guess what? At some point, you got to move on from excuses to activity. You got to do something, my friend. You got to make things happen. You can't just sit waiting for somebody to, plug you in. You got to plug yourself in. You got to go out there and get your share of the listings. Listings are not given. Listings are taken. You have to learn to take listings. And the way you take them is by prospecting. And that means you have to develop good habits. In the United States, we have 2.1 million agents, of which 1.46 millions are realtors. So think about that for a second, okay? 2.1 million, of which 1.46 are realtors. Did you know that in the United States we do a maximum of 5.5 to 5.6, 5.1? That's the number of listings in the United States. That's it. That's all she wrote. Now think about this for a second. Is an agent capable, somebody who works their business properly, capable of 10 listings a year? Is an agent capable of 10 listings a year? I say yes. I've done it many times with other agents. Getting 10 listings is like the beginning. It's like, no, we go for more. So really, how many agents do we need in our industry? Only 500,000. Do you see why the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule simply says that 20% of agents have developed a plan to run their destiny, to control their destiny, to control where they're going to land. And the other 80% are working, they're competing with the rest of the 20% of the business because they are primarily order takers. They're waiting for the leads. They're waiting for the broker to say, here's a good lead, work on it. They're waiting for somebody to give them business to work on rather than rolling their sleeves and going out there and getting the business they deserve. This is not a business that is given. This is a business that is taken by prospecting. And this is why every year, nearly 300,000 to 400,000 agents leave the business and now replaced by another 300 to 400,000 agents. Now, why? Because to sustain a successful real estate career, you have to become a prospector. And you need to understand that whether you're new or not, you can still do it. I have worked with many new agents who in their first year became top agents in their office. You know why? They took the plan. They implemented the plan. And agents are looking at them who've been around the business 5-6 years, go, where did you come from? Who do you know? You must know a lot of people. She's like, no, I'm just doing my prospecting plan. I'm going out there and asking for business. And some of them are saying yes, and some of them are saying no. But I get a lot of no's, but the yeses I get are more than the yeses you're getting. That's why I'm getting more listings. I'm getting more sales. I'm following up. I have a plan that I'm putting together. So do we need more agents? No. We need more good agents. We need prospecting agents. This boot camp is the fruit of almost 20 to 25 years of managing, coaching, and mentoring people in business and in real estate. And one thing I've learned is that you got to have a plan, you got to have activities, you got to have checklists, but you got to have accountability. Accountability is your friend. Some of you don't like it because it feels like you're being shackled, but you do your best work when you are held accountable, whether you realize it or not. I consider this boot camp a kind of a mentoring, coaching, and accountability. Do you know how many people I take per boot camp? I only do 3 a year. You know how many I take? I take 20. Do you know how many people apply? Between 50 to 60 people apply. But and you'll see in a minute how I work, and you'll see why not all of them end up doing the boot camp. It's because there's accountability. There's a thing that you have to step up to do before you even are in the class. So accountability is one of those things that if you start looking at it as something that is good for you rather than punishment, it holds you in line with what you need to do. You do much better when you're accountable. And if you stay accountable to other people for 3 to 4 to 5 months, now you're free. Because you learn how to become self-accountable. By the way, self-accountability is the best accountability ever. Like you do the work when no one is watching. But it takes discipline to get you there. It takes being boxed in to arrive there. So it's not intellect. Oh, there's a lot of intellect in our industry. I can talk to a lot of people who don't do a lot of leads a lot of sales. And, they have an opinion about the market. And I'm like, how can you have this opinion of the market? You only closed 2 deals last year. They go, well, I see the market. I'm in the MLS, so I know what's happening. I'm like, really? Are you? Are you really engaged in this business? In their mind, what they're lacking is information. What they don't realize, what they're lacking is accountability to do the things they're supposed to do. Now, who participates in my boot camps? All kinds. Each boot camp I've done, I've always had 3 to 4 actual brokers, people who've been in business a while, participate in my boot camp. I've had people who are brand new, trying to, start their career. I've had people who've been in the business 3-5 years. I've had many people who have been in the business a long time to go, I wish I had done this sooner. So it's all encompassing. So it's not like this is for new agents. This is not the baby steps of the business. This is the business. This boot camp is the business of real estate run properly. Now, is it for everyone? Absolutely not. I want to make sure I say this to you right now. I did not design this program for everyone. You have to have that inner burning desire for success. You gotta want success for yourself more than anybody else wants it for you. If you don't want it for yourself, how can it be authentic for somebody else to want it for you? You have to be coachable, and this is the most important part. You have to be collaborative. Because in this boot camp, there's about 20 people, I told you, right? Each participant will have 2 success partners, 2 other people they work with during this whole 3 months. By the way, some of you are going, but Key, you said it's 8 weeks. How can it be 3 months? Well, 2 to 3 weeks before the course, when you register, you're already doing homework. So you're doing 2 to 3 weeks of homework, and you're going to be doing 2 to 3 weeks of homework after that. So the real duration of the boot camp is 3 months. The actual physical classes are 8 weeks. But the work that you do on your own and the assignment that you do with me and the coaching that you do with me, that encompasses about 3 months. And the first thing I do is I give you 3 assignments. So I give you the first assignment, and then I ask you, we'll have a conversation about your business. Then I give you 2 more. And when you complete them, then you're invited to come into the course. So when you register, you secure your seat. So your seat is yours. No one will take your seat. But then you have to complete the 3 assignments. Once you complete the 3 assignments, then you are now in the course. If you don't complete the 3 assignments, your seat is not reserved anymore. So there is a commitment on your part that you have to do. Let me give you some mechanics. Let me first give you the dates of the bootcamp. There are 8 Fridays in a row. These are the actual classes. January 14th is the first one. 6 of the classes are live, and they are 3 hours long. We go from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So each class is 3 hours long. There are 6 of them are live, and there are 2 that are self-directed. 2 self-directed simply means we're not gathered as a group. It is not a live session. You'll be receiving a video and handouts to do the classes on your own, and then you're going to collaborate with your success partners. So the dates look like this. The first session and the second sessions are live. The third Friday, you are doing the class on your own and then collaborating with your success partners. Then the fourth session, the fifth session, and the sixth sessions are live, meaning we meet on a Friday, consecutive Fridays from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And then there will be a self-directed class on February the 25th. And the last live session will be March the 4th. So there's a total of 8 sessions. So there's about 60 hours of instructions, a combination of the classes and the videos I'm going to be giving you. What else should you know? Well, you'll be logging in from a laptop or a desktop at either your office or your home office. with a webcam connected to it. You cannot take this class on your smartphone. You have to be in class with a webcam with everybody in the class. And you have to protect those dates. So if you cannot do the dates that I just showed you, probably this boot camp is not for you. You cannot observe this course. You cannot be there to observe. You have to interact. So imagine we have 3 hours of classes. As we learn concept, I'll go to one person. I'll say, "Hey, Mark, can you read that script for us?" By the way, Mark and Susan, let's go back and forth in that script. Excellent. Let's go to Dave. Dave, can you share with us one of the assignments that you worked on? So you are, even though you're not physically in a room with me, you are virtually in a class with me, and all of the webcams are on, and everybody sees everybody, and everybody works with everybody. You are required, there's 2 assignments that the moment you're in the class, you're going to do a 20-minute starting of your day routine that you're going to learn from the course. And then you're going to do a 20-minute wrap up of your day routine every single day, except for your day off. So if your day off is a Sunday, you don't have to do that. But if you're going to be in this business, you're going to have a morning routine for 20 minutes, and you're going to have an evening routine for 20 minutes where I show you what you need to do to start your day and to wrap up your day. Then you are required to also select 2 success partners from the course. Of the 20 people, 2 of them are going to be your success partners, and you'll be interacting with them very often. You will also be given a big assignment each week to work on, like a listing presentation, like a what I call a market report to put together. There's a lot of assignments you'll be doing, and you'll be asked to record a video each week, a short video with your script, and you're going to be sharing it on our Facebook group. There's a private Facebook group for the 20 people and myself where we support each other, we work together, and as you do your assignments, you're going to report your assignment to that Facebook group so you can learn from each other, so they can support you and you can support them as well. That's where the magic happens. That's where the accountability and the collaboration happens. If you're not that kind of person, if you don't like to collaborate and you don't like accountability, probably this class is not for you. I'm putting the topics I'm going to be covering. I cover every aspect of prospecting, internet lead generation, lead management, prospecting, and canvassing. So you will have, by the end of the course, a binder that is about 2.5 to 3 inch thick, that has 200 pages in it, that will help you for the future of your business. I have people who to this day use some of the binders I've given them years and years ago to continue to grow their business because they want to go to other levels. And there are many levels in this business. If you go to our page that I've given you, which I gave you at the beginning, I'll give it to you again in a minute, you will see the requirements. So there's a flyer there that you have to read before you sign up. So please read the requirements. The requirements are very logical. Basically, you'll be on time. You will do the work to the best of your ability, and you'll collaborate and work well with others. You're not going to be an observer. That's really the essence of the course. I just want people who are committed. I don't want to take everybody. I just want to be very honest. There are some people for whom this course doesn't matter. But the rest of you who take it seriously, I want to surround you with other serious people. So the way we will work is this way. When you register, you will receive your first email from me. That first email will have an assignment to work on. That assignment will take you about a week to work on it. Then you'll send it back, and then I'll call you, and we'll have a coaching session, one-on-one, and we talk about your business. We talk about where you're going. We look at the challenges and the things you do well, the things that are working, the things that are not working. We work on that. Then after that, I will send you another assignment to work on. It's a handout with a video. We call that your branding. We're going to work on your branding, second assignment. You will work on it, and then you'll complete it and send it back to me. And then after that, I'll send you 2 more videos. And those videos, one is about the fundamentals of marketing and internet marketing. The other one is about how to work with your success partner. And you're supposed to complete all of those before we start the course on January the 14th. This is why, in order to be in this class, you must have registered 2 to 3 weeks prior. We are already at 8 people, so there's only 12 seats left as we speak today. We're in the middle of November. So by the time we get to middle of December, all of the seats will be taken. So if you're interested in this, make sure you don't wait. I had people call me 2-3 days before the course wanting to be in it. I'm like, you can't. They go, why not? I'm like, because you haven't done the homework. You have to register early enough to do all of these assignments. They are a way for me to gauge your commitment. And I'm not looking for perfect answers. I'm not looking for perfect agent. No, I'm looking for people who are willing to do the work, even if they make mistakes. See, for me, making mistakes is part of learning. So it doesn't bother me when an agent doesn't get something right. I'm actually fine with it. It's when they don't even try to do the work. That's when we're going, why did you register in this course? What else should you know? Each live classes are 3 hours long. The self-directed classes are about 2 to 3 hours long as well. You'll end up with a binder of 200 pages. I give you also on top of that access to a bonus library of videos. There's about 75 strategic video that I give to the bootcamp people that I don't give to other people. That's just that library is $500. The course is $1,299. For exit agents, it's $899. And for the first 20 people who register, it's $399. So if you are going to force my hand and you want to be in it the last week and there's still a seat, you will have to pay $899. Why would you do that? That makes no sense. I will talk you out of it. I would say don't do it. $399 is the cost of the course for those of you who really see the value of it and are willing to do the work. Like I said, I take between 20 and 24 people. Here's what I want you to know. Out of 100 real estate agents I come across, and sometimes I talk to crowds of 1,000 people or more, here's what I found. Out of 100, 2 to 5 of them are really desiring excellence. They really want to give it all. They don't want to just make it. They want to excel. They want to shine. They want to win awards. They want to be known in the community. They don't want to play a small game. They want to play a big game. They want to go to the top of success. I designed this course to be rigorous as a boot camp for go-getters. And I want to tell you this. Even if you don't know what to do in real estate, if you're a go-getter, you're going to make it. Especially if you're coachable. If you're coachable from your broker and you're a go-getter and you really want success and you're willing to do the work, you will make it. Those who don't make it are the people who are waiting for someone to give them something rather than stepping up and realizing this is a business of entrepreneurs. This is a business of go-getters. We have too many real estate dabblers. I'll tell you this, and hopefully I don't offend you when I say this. If today 1 million agents left the industry, nothing will change. If you took 1 million agents today and fired them, just told them, sorry, we don't have jobs for you. If you took 1 million agents today and let them go, nothing will change. The number of transactions will not change. The agents who are going to make it does not change. The agents who are not going to make it does not change. Nothing changes. So guess what? It's mostly about you, right? It's your mindset. It's how you think about yourself that's going to get you there. See, for me, becoming a listing agent is first and foremost a decision. It's a decision you make for yourself. You decide right now, I am becoming a listing agent. I'm going to get 10 listings in 2022 with people I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's the plan. That's what I'm going to go for. And I'm going to design a plan of action around it. Get the right mindset, get the right training, set your goals, design your plan, and take massive action. As you can see, I'm very passionate about the boot camp. This is why I love doing it, because it brings people who really want to excel, not people who are looking for excuses for why life is so miserable. I look forward to seeing you in one of my classes, and I hope I get to see you one-on-one one day. Take care, my friend.